Welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian. I'm streaming to you from beautiful Victoria here on the west coast of Canada, right on the Pacific Ocean. I hope everybody is having a super weekend so far. I hope you're relaxing, having some fun, which in fact is in line with today's IELTS Speaking Part 3 practice, because today's IELTS Speaking Part 3 practice will be talking about fun places. And this is a continuation of our Part 2 cue card, which we covered yesterday. So many of you were in yesterday's class. You know that we practiced a Speaking Part 2 cue card talking about a popular place for entertainment in the city. Welcome, Karishma. Hi, Abina, Elior. Good to see many students in the class. Welcome, Saeed. Welcome, members. So just a quick question. I bet some people in the chat already know the answer. They were in yesterday's class. What was that fun, entertaining place that we talked about in yesterday's Speaking Part 2 class? Can anybody remind us of what that was before we get into the Speaking Part 3 questions of today? I bet somebody will be like, oh yeah, I remember what it was. And we've got lots more students joining in now. Yeah, very good, Saeed. So Saeed says we talked about a water park in Dubai, right? So yesterday we talked about, I wonder if anybody remembers the, I think it was Wild Wadi Water Park, if I remember correctly. Hi, Rashika. So we talked about a water park in Dubai. I believe it was Wadi Water Park. All right, very good. Good on you for remembering that. Okay, so we're going to continue with questions about fun places. And remember, students, this lesson is presented to you by aehelp.com for academic IELTS. Visit us there for the general IELTS. Check us out at gieltshelp.com. On both of our websites, we've got tons and tons of materials to help you improve your English. You just have to click this big red button there above my head to join our premium package. It's a one-time payment for lifetime access. You see that we're an IELTS test registration center, certified agents, and again, you'll get to this point here, and then again, one-time payment, lifetime access. For the general IELTS, it's gieltshelp.com, green background. You just click that big red button to join us there. We will be using our websites today for speaking practice. So make sure that even if you don't buy the premium course, register a free account so you can do this, okay? All right, so again, aehelp.com, gieltshelp.com. And for Instagram, you can follow us IELTS_AEhelp and GIELTShelp. Those are our Instagram handles. And for apps, go to the App Store, get the Academic IELTS Help app, and get the General IELTS Help app. That will link to the website. And if you have questions, send me an email. Adrian@aehelp.com. So on our Instagram, on our YouTube, you can follow our live IELTS classes like this one right now, which is a Speaking Part 3. That's for everyone. And then next week, our classes start again on Wednesday. This is our usual schedule, so no live class tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, although you will probably see some new releases. And then we've got lots more classes next week. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at our IELTS Speaking Part 3 questions. Now, Speaking Part 3 is a continuation of Part 2, as I mentioned. They're more specific questions, okay? Okay, and you have to really give a good answer plus an explanation plus an example. Okay, that's really important when you're dealing with speaking part 3 questions. So answer, explain, example. Always think about that, okay? Answer, explain, example in that structure. Use some correlative conjunctions, okay? I want to really focus on this in today's speaking practice. So this will be a focus point for today. Using correlative conjunctions. So correlative conjunctions are paired conjunctions that include the pairs like either or, neither nor, whether or, not only but also, both and. Okay, so all of these kinds of correlative conjunctions, and they're really useful to help you increase your IELTS band score because they help your fluency and they help to emphasize. Okay, so these conjunctions help to increase fluency because they make your speech 2 parts, right? Not only A, but also B, whether A or B. So it makes your speaking 2 parts, which increases your fluency. It forces you to speak more. So it helps to increase your fluency and improves your emphasis. The strength of your speech. Okay. All right, so we're going to practice that. So let's do the first question here together, just writing in the chat. I'm going to ask this question. Use a correlative conjunction. I recommend using not only but also for this one. Amrit, I see your super chat donation again today. That's lovely. Thank you. Okay. All right. Amrit is asking a question. Amrit is asking if it's important to use fillers in speaking. Natural fillers like are an okay part of language. They're natural. Don't use them too much. But yes, Amrit, fillers are okay as long as they help to improve the content of your speaking. If they interfere with your fluency and the coherence, then it's not okay. All right, let me write a quick note on that because I know a lot of people ask about this. Okay, so natural fillers like and or certain words like honestly speaking, okay, can be useful or damaging. They are useful when they improve the content of your speech. However, they lower your band score if they interrupt your fluency or make your speech incomprehensible. Okay, so it's kind of a double-edged sword. That's the idiom here. Okay, the sword cuts both ways. It can be good or it can be bad. Good question, Amrit. All right, let's go back to using correlative conjunctions for this first question. The first question is, and let's talk more about having fun. Why is it important for people to have fun every once in a while? Okay, here's an answer using a correlative conjunction. It is All right. So here's my answer, and I'm really pushing for those correlative conjunctions, okay? Repeat after me, students. This is an IELTS speaking class, so make sure that you're speaking and repeating, okay? All right, I'm gonna adjust a little bit more here. Okay, there we go. So repeat after me. Again, this is speaking, so speak and repeat, speak and repeat, okay? So copy my intonation, copy my pronunciation, copy my fluency. Here we go, everyone. 3, 2, 1. Let's talk more about having fun. Why is it important for people to have fun every once in a while? It is not only important to have fun every now and then because it relieves stress, but also it improves health, both mental and physical. Studies have shown that people who have fun in the evening and on weekends tend to have less health problems like cardiovascular disease and depression. All right. Guarantee that will get you closer to a band 9. Okay, I've got some responses coming up here by a few different people. Saeed says, I suppose having fun once in a while is really important. It is really beneficial to humans since it helps to balance stress and as a result prevents mental disease in the long run. It also helps boost creativity, productivity, and energy overall. Nice answer, Saeed. Saeed, use a correlative conjunction. Okay, Karishma says, I believe having fun should be considered at least once in a week to balance work-life stress as well as personal life. Okay, Karishma, why? Answer the why question. Milk says, I believe having fun every now and then is a vital part of life. One must balance between work and recreational activities so as to prevent stress as well as boosting productivity. Very nice, Milk. Good. Got milk, I think is what's going on there. Okay, Simran says, I think it is crucial for individuals to have some fun every once in a while because it will give them relaxation from their monotonous life and also cheer them up. Like my parents and I always go on vacations and it literally works as a stress buster. I feel calm and it helps me to pay more attention to my work. Simran, a couple of mistakes there. I corrected those in real time at 13 minutes into the lesson, so listen back and check those. Arda says, enjoying life is really crucial. Students, we don't use really and crucial together. Okay, 2 of you have done this now, so I'm going to make a note here. Do not use really with crucial. Okay, because crucial includes the concept of really or very. Okay, so we don't say very crucial or really crucial. We just say crucial. When I say crucial, it means it's very important. Okay, so think about it this way, right? Crucial equals very important. And we generally wouldn't say very, very important. Okay, so crucial means important, or sorry, crucial means very important. So we don't use very or really together with crucial usually. Okay, it's a bit awkward. All right, good. Mi Yen says it is vital for individuals to have fun sometimes because it not only helps people to unwind but also relieves all the stress when they can have a fresh start to getting back to work. I go to Wild Wadi Water Park once a month, mostly on Sundays, with either family or friends for entertainment. Really good use of not only, but also, and good use of either and or, either with family or friends. Really nice emphasis. That's what I'm looking for. Thumbs up, giant thumbs up. Very nice. I like that correlative, okay? Good use of correlative conjunctions there. So let's practice some more correlative conjunctions in real time. By the way, students, The same is true for vital. Is true for the word vital. Vital and crucial are the same. Okay? So we never say very vital. It's even hard to say very vital. Very vital, very vital. Very vital, no. Or really vital. No, we just say it's vital. Vital and crucial include the words very or really. Okay? All right. Okay, everyone. So let's take some volunteers here. I'm going to show you how. I'm just going to set up here with my headset. Okay, so this is how you volunteer for speaking. And again, sign up for our premium course when you get the chance, so that you get the world's best online learning, right? So first of all, you can register a free or a paid account at aehelp.com. And then once you do that, log into your student account. I think when you register for the first time, it logs you in automatically anyway. And then go to Student Partner Speaking. So click on Student Partner Speaking. Make sure to enable your microphone. In fact, I would say test it. Test it with another student. Okay. Keep the window open and then message me. You'll see my master. You'll see my master. You'll see my handle as master, and then you can just type "I want to volunteer," and then I will see you. I will see a little ping. Okay. So I'll show you how to do this. Again, let me just hop over to the website here. Oh, there we go. We're at aehelp.com. Register a full account by clicking the red button. It's worth it. Or register a free account by clicking the green button. And then once you do that, then log into your My Student account. If you're registering for the first time, it would probably log you in anyway. So log in and click on that blue button, Student Partner Speaking. And then accept that you're of age and you will speak kindly and politely to others. And then once you do that, you're in this interface right here, and we have Fitsum in here, and we have Uzman, Naz, Arun. I think false is Saeed, actually. I don't know why. What's going on with your handle there, Saeed? We have Marina, Ani, Divya, Yulia, Gian, Yash, and Javokir. And then, we've got people volunteering already, messaging me to speak with me. And Javokir is, I think, Javokir, you're the first one today. So, as they say, the early bird catches the worm. So let me reach out to Javokir, and we'll ask him a part 3 speaking question. So are you ready, Javokir? Let's get going on these questions, all right? And if you want, you can use that trick that I believe it was Saeed brought up in the last class. Have a drink of water to buy yourself some time. All right, so Javokir is ready. As am I.
Hello, sir.
Hi, Javokir. How are you?
I'm doing great. What about you?
Pretty good, pretty good. Any plans for the weekend?
Not only studies. I'm really have enough on my plate.
Remember the topic of today's lesson. A little bit of fun is important for everyone.
Yeah. Yes, sure.
All right. Well, hopefully we can have a bit of fun in this class, and you can hit 2 birds with 1 stone: studies and fun. Right? It's
Yes.
there's a word for that. It's entertainment and education together. Edutainment. I think that's what they call it. Edutainment.
Yeah,
Right?
great.
We justify. Okay, so let me hop back to our lesson notes here, and I will ask you a part 3 question, Javokir. Now,
Okay.
when I ask you this question, I really want you to focus on using some kind of a correlative conjunction in your answers. So not only, but also, either or, neither nor. So some kind of a correlative conjunction.
I understood.
Okay?
I get it.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. So here we go. What happens if people don't have fun every now and then?
Well, since our the world nowadays it's really stressful works, so it's necessary for people to have a fun in a while or once. So uh, sometimes when they are so interrupted with their work, they may get a stress and feel themselves like a nervous and might I'm sorry I feel a bit nervous, so it's really hard to concentrate.
No worries. I will give you a trick to help you with that. Okay, so you were fairly fluent there in your answer. Let me give you a bit of feedback and then I'll give you a second shot at this, okay? So I definitely think you're making a lot of mistakes because you're nervous and because you're missing a little bit of strategy. So you were fluent, okay? But your coherence, grammar accuracy, they were quite low. So you would probably score like a 5.5 for an answer like that. One of the big reasons why is because you're not actually talking on topic. Okay, let me help you with that. So there's a really good trick to stay on topic and to be clear in the beginning to kind of put you on the right track for a good answer. Okay, what you want to do, Joe, here is use the question in your answer. Always remember that. Just use the question, use the question, use the question. So the question is, what happens if people don't have fun every now and then? So here, I would simply start by reflecting the question. Well, when individuals, if you're feeling a bit more confident, you can start paraphrasing a bit. So, well, if individuals do not enjoy themselves once in a while. Okay, so notice that all I'm doing here is I'm just taking the question and I'm paraphrasing it a bit and I'm reiterating. It's called reiterating. So I'm just reflecting it to the examiner or the inquirer. Okay, so well, when individuals do not enjoy themselves once in a while, they may not only, okay, and then we can keep going, but also. All right, so point 1, point 2. And that's where you can really stretch it out. So you can say, well, when individuals do not enjoy themselves once in a while, they may not only but also This is why I make sure to take some time off on the weekends and go to the park or go to a fun place like the water park in Dubai. Okay, so let me give you a chance to try this one more time because I think you'll do much better now, okay? So let me ask you the question one more time. All right, Javakir, so start by reflecting the question. Here we go. What happens if people don't have fun every now and then?
Well, when individuals do not enjoy themselves once in a while, they may not only work whole day, but also they can take a rest from their work for a while and go to having entertainment. And also studies show that if people will work without any vacations, they will catch stress and it can be some health problems with them. So it's necessary to have some joy, to have a rest from the work.
Okay, and stop there. All right, better. So still some grammatical mistakes, still some word use mistakes, but overall a more coherent answer. Okay, let me go back and fix this a little bit more. So, well, when individuals do not enjoy themselves once in a while, they will not only work the whole day. It's okay, all right? So they will not only work the whole day and get exhausted. Okay.
Yes.
So I would finish that sentence. You get really tired when you're working all day. But, and then here I would answer with another consequence, right? But also they may start to suffer from certain health problems and eventually burn out. Burn themselves out. Okay, so let's complete those ideas. Instead of also, just studies. So some, what kind of studies? So what kind of studies would be interested in people working all day and not having fun? Jabakir.
Yes, I'm here.
So what kind of studies? Instead of just saying studies, what kinds of studies? Who would study people's working behavior?
Some scientist studies,
Yeah, or if you want to be even more specific, you'd say psychological.
psychological.
Okay, so some psychological studies show that if people work without any vacation, they will be stressed. We don't say catch a stress.
Or they will become stressed, yes.
They will become stressed, that's right. They will be stressed, and it can lead to
Several
depression,
problems, like,
as I said before. Okay?
yes.
All right, let me repeat this question and answer, and then just copy me, okay? So what happens if people don't have fun every now and then? Well, when individuals do not enjoy themselves once in a while, they may not only work the whole day and get exhausted, but also they may start to suffer from certain health problems and eventually burn themselves out. Some psychological studies show that if people work without any vacations, they will be stressed and it will lead to depression, as I said before. Okay, so what happens if people don't have fun every once in a while or every now and then?
Well, when individuals do not enjoy themselves once in a while, they may not only work the whole day and get exhausted, but also they may start to suffer from health problems and eventually burn themselves out. Some psychological studies show that if people work without any vacations, they will be stressed and it will lead to depression, as I said before.
Okay, much better. So, Javakir, my advice to you is record your speaking, and after you record your speaking, listen to it, write it down in the computer. So write down exactly what you say in your speech, and then correct the grammar, correct the language in the text form, and then read it back to your phone and record it again, and then listen again. You have to work on improving your grammar accuracy and on your word choice accuracy, okay? Your fluency is good. I think you have lots of vocabulary. I think you have lots of grammar, but you have to make it more accurate, okay? So make sure to practice that, all right?
Since now I'm a bit shaking my boots, it's hard to me now to give a good answer. So I think the reason is that
it's nervousness, right? So it's stress. Yeah, stress makes it tough. And for that, the best remedy is just practice. So keep coming back, keep volunteering, keep practicing with others, and you will eventually build that confidence so that it doesn't interfere with your speaking, okay?
Okay.
All right, Jabakir, keep it up. And you were our first volunteer today, so that was a great first step to overcoming your stress.
Thank you very much for choosing me.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye, Jabakir.
Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you so much. You too. Bye. All right, so that was Jabakir. Give Jabakir a thumbs up. That was very brave of him. He was nervous. He pushed past, and he conquered. Okay, let's take another volunteer. Let's see. Yulia. Let's see if we can grab Yulia here. All right, Yulia sounds like. Let's see. She's ready to go. Are you ready? And I think I saw Yulia in the last class as well. So remember, students, practice those correlative conjunctions. Okay, Yulia is ready to go. Here we are. Thank you for the encouragement, students. So Saeed, Mooney, Harjinder, Cass, I see you encouraging others there. Very good. All right, I'm calling Yulia. Oh, there's Yulia. Hello, Yulia.
Hi, sir.
How
It's
are
a
you?
pleasure to talk with you.
It's good
I'm
to talk
very
with you as
good.
well.
How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Where are you, Yulia?
Well, I'm actually, yesterday I was in Russia, but now I'm in Kazakhstan.
You were in Russia and now you're in Kazakhstan. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So you're on an adventure, it sounds like.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Yeah, it's a turbulent part of the world right now. So, and I hope everything it becomes peaceful and smooth sailing again sooner than later, hopefully. So, all right.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but I'm going to stay away from politics. There's a lot of that in the world. We almost, I think, need less of it. Okay. So, may I ask, why are you taking the IELTS exam?
Oh, actually, I'm preparing for applying for my master's degree in Italy, so I have to pass IELTS at least general 6.5. It's my the lowest plank.
Okay, master's degree in Italy. Which university, may I ask?
A lot of university I'm applying in, but the one I want to get into is the Bologna University.
Okay, all right. So, may I ask, is there a reason why you specifically chose Italy?
Oh, actually, I love pizza. I love pizza and fun. That's the
Okay.
topic of
All right.
today's
Fair enough.
discussion.
Yeah, I've visited Italy a couple of times actually, and I've really enjoyed my time in Italy.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah, so Italy is a great place. Okay, well, let me help you on that journey. I will ask you a question, and then give me a full sentence answer. And again, try to use a correlative conjunction, okay? So try to get some like not only, but also in there, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go. So still talking about fun. How have people's entertainment activities changed in the last 20 years?
Um, well, speaking to the people's entertainment activities, I think it's changed a lot during the last decade. For instance, um, in the 10 years ago, people loved to go to the museums, they loved to go to the theaters. Also, they preferred not only going for, and they preferred to just match education with entertainment. However, nowadays, people love to mix entertainment with amusement. They not only they not only try to spend time with their friends, but also prefer to, well, I don't know what to say. I have a problem with idea generation.
Okay, cool. I can help you with that. So not a problem. Otherwise, your English is quite good. And, you know, I bet a lot of people right now are listening and they're like, well, what about her fluency? Because she's really dragging her words and kind of getting... But you know what? Interestingly, and I think a lot of students would be surprised by this, your fluency is great. So even though it sounds like you're not speaking fluently, you are actually speaking fluently because I can tell that you're dragging your words to think of ideas, not to think of words so much, okay?
Yes.
And that's where people really get confused. So even though a person might speak slowly, they can still be considered fluent. So the way that you spoke, let me try to kind of mirror what you were doing. So you did like an, well, speaking to people's entertainment activities, I think it's changed a lot during the last decade. Okay, that's actually fluent. It's really slow speech, but it's still like a band 8 fluency, because you're dragging your speech to think of ideas and your grammar is accurate. Okay, now it is a problem that you're not coming up with ideas. So that will result in coherence mistakes. So it will drag your score down eventually. There's a really good trick, Yulia, to answer faster, okay? Let me tell you what it is. So in the IELTS, the topics usually deal with situations that everybody has some idea of. So everybody knows some information about it. I will not ask you about astrophysics, or I will not ask you about analytical psychology, because obviously a lot of people have no idea, unless they're specialists. But IELTS questions aren't like that. They're designed for the general public. So what you have to do is you have to remember some of what I call the grand truths among humanity. Okay, and this is kind of for everybody here. So remember the grand truths for all of humanity. Okay, so what do I mean by that, right? Think about ideas like health, technology, okay, environment, emotions, okay? So there are certain parts of being human that are common to all of us. I'm not going to list them all because there are quite a few. But if you really think about it, you know these, okay? By the time we kind of grow up and do high school, we all realize these common shared parts of our existence, right? We all share health. We all want to be healthy. Health is important to all of us. Doesn't matter what our race, religion, color, etc., etc. Technology is common to all of us, right? So as long as you keep these kinds of general truths in your mind as you go into your IELTS exam, they can really help you to come up with answers faster. And let me show you what I mean. So here we have this question, like, how have people's entertainment activities changed in the last 20 years? What kind of general truth do you think I could apply to this question?
Like television, maybe in the last 20 years, people didn't have any
slow down.
kind of...
Yeah. So
Yeah.
slow down. People 20 years ago did have television. They were on- but you're on the right track. Okay, you're still thinking too specifically, right? So you're too television is a part of which of these? I actually listed the one that you're thinking of. So which one is television a part of?
Technology.
Yeah, exactly. Technology, right? So whenever we're comparing the past to the present or the future to the present, you can always think of technology. Technology will almost always apply to that topic, okay? Can we apply any of these other ones, like even the ones that I just listed, like health, environment, emotions, to entertainment?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, which one?
Environment.
Yeah, we could apply environment to this question as well. We could even apply health, right? So people in the past chose entertainment activities that were generally healthier, like going outdoors, going camping. People these days are often choosing less healthy activities, like sitting in front of a TV or tapping their mobile phone, right? Okay.
Yes.
So if you keep these general truths in mind as you're answering these questions, I guarantee you, and you practice it, I guarantee you'll be much faster to come up with ideas, okay? All right,
Okay.
let me ask you this question one more time. Think of health, think of technology, and try one more time, okay? All right, so here we go. How have people's entertainment activities changed in the last 20 years?
Well, I think due to the development of technology, people can vary the entertainment activities nowadays. For instance, 20 years ago, people did more healthier activities. They were going out, they were running, they were spending time with their families in the park, maybe going to mountains. And now people may spend more time in front of the computer, playing games, and just leading sedentary lifestyle.
Stop there.
I
Just
guess.
stop there.
And
Stop there. Don't overspeak. So stop there. Perfect. Okay, so if you stop there with sedentary lifestyle, Sedentary, by the way, is a beautiful piece of vocabulary. It means people are not moving. Sedentary means to stay in one spot. There, Yulia, you're at a band 8. Okay, so your first answer was like a band 6-ish because the coherence was quite low, and now it's at a band 8. And the only difference is you're using some of these grand truths of humanity, like health, technology, environment. Okay?
Mhm.
All right.
Okay.
So
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much.
you're very
It was
welcome.
my
Mhm.
biggest problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's
I
challenging
will
for a lot of
definitely.
people, especially when you're stressed.
Oh yes, I'm very stressed and nervous because I'm gonna have a test in like 29th of March in 2 weeks, and I'm preparing for nights and days.
Yeah, and using, so practicing a lot is a really good first step. You also want to make sure that you're practicing with the right strategies, okay? And that's why we're always encouraging people to use our full course, because our courses are developed with psychology in mind. So we're teaching people not just, like a template, but we're teaching them how to go through the steps in a correct way so that you can think quickly when you're in your exam. So that was really good, Yulia. So keep practicing that and stick to strategy. So don't focus on being nervous or being stressed, but focus on strategy. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
You're very
Have a
welcome.
nice day.
Thank
Okay,
you, and good luck on your exam. Thank you.
thank you, sir. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Okay, so that was Yulia in currently, I guess, in Kazakhstan. Yeah, unfortunately, I've heard that they're stopping IELTS exams in Russia right now, of course, because of the situation there. So Russian students are having to go to bordering countries to do their IELTS exams, which is, I'm sure, a big headache for many. Okay, let's see if we can have another student. So Naz would like to volunteer. All right, Naz, are you ready? Okay. Hopefully Naz is ready. I'm just taking some volunteers. Thank you for the thumbs up. Sanjay giving some support for Yulia. Yeah, and you can even type good luck in the chat to people who are doing exams. All right. Naz is ready.
Hi.
Hi, Naz. How are you?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good. Thanks. Yeah, absolutely. Feeling energetic. I've got some very exciting plans for the weekend. I'm fixing a hamster cage for my daughter. So, yeah. Where are you calling from, Naz?
I'm calling from Turkey, and it's my first time talking with you from this program.
Yes, I guess so. I don't recall seeing your name before, Naz. So lovely to speak with you. And may I ask, Naz, why are you taking the IELTS exam?
For my legal internship applications, because I'm a final year law student. Actually, I took IELTS exam before, and I get 7 points, but I need at least 7.5. So I will take the test again.
Okay, so you're very close to your needed score, but not quite there. I can help you with that. Yeah, and it's not surprising. Professions like law or medicine will often require higher band scores, like 7.5 or more. Okay. One more question. Just I'm curious. What type of law do you specialize in, or what type of law are you most interested in?
I'm really interested in competition law and corporate law, and the law firms that are specialized in this type of files is really requires excellent command of English. So it's understandable that they made this IELTS score.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you think about it, corporate law, which we could say in another way, let's say business law, English is the language of business. Therefore, it's no surprise that anyone specializing in corporate law would be required to have great English skills. Okay, well, let me see what I can do to help you with that. So here we go. we're going to shift topics a little bit here. So let's discuss recreation and activity centers. Okay, here we go. Give me a nice full sentence answer. Again, try to use the correlative conjunctions, okay, if you can. So here we go. What are some common facilities available in recreation centers?
Before I start, I have to say that I don't know the meaning of recreation. So.
Aha. Okay.
That could...
Then I'm going to start with a tip here, because in the IELTS exam, as your examiner, I can't tell you what that means, okay? And the only help that I could give you is just repeat the question, okay? So I can't give you definitions, I can't paraphrase, I can't do any of that. I can just repeat the question. If you still don't understand, then I have to go to the next question. But here's the good news, okay? Naz, you might be able to figure it out, okay? What's the topic of what we're talking about so far?
It was about activities and having fun. So it can be maybe.
So just before, now you're starting to think, but I want to explain this to everybody before you say. So so if you keep the topic in mind, you can often figure out what that new word might mean. So what do you think, Naz? What do you think recreation center means?
I think it can be free government-funded services that provides fun for people.
Like what?
Maybe courses. Maybe there can be courses.
So do you know the word facilities?
Yes, I know.
Okay, what does facilities mean?
Facilities is, I think, it's like buildings that you can have some services.
Good. Now put the two together. So fun, center, facility, put it together. What do you think it is?
Maybe it can be a complex building that collects different facilities in one building.
To have fun, right?
Yes.
Don't forget the word to have fun. Okay, what kind of buildings have facilities to have fun? What kind of activities are those?
So I may should I start answering questions?
No, not yet. I still want you to tell me what you think a recreation center is, and then you can answer after.
Maybe there can be swimming pools, sports places, and parks.
That's exactly what it is, Naz. That's exactly what it is. So when you have a building that has a swimming pool, a tennis court, a billiard center, and different opportunities for people to have fun together in the building, that would be considered a recreation center. So it's a building that's designed for people to be active and to have fun. Okay? All right. So the first important point here, Naz, is when you hear a word in the question that may be unfamiliar, don't panic, don't freak out, don't be like, oh. So that's the worst, right? Think about you're practicing to be a lawyer, so this is exactly what you're training for, right? Never panic, just think about what you know instead of what you don't know. And what you know is that the topic is about fun. You know the meaning of facilities, so now you can put that together, and then you can figure out that, I think he's asking me about places to have fun. And that was cue card part 2 as well. It was about a place to have fun. So when you put that all together, you can have a pretty good idea that you're going to understand even the new terms, okay? All right, now you can give me a full answer. So here we go. What are some common facilities available in recreation centers?
Well, as I observed in recreation centers, there are a lot of facilities, not only for little children's, but also there are a lot of facilities that provide fun for older people as well. For example, children can enjoy the swimming pool and parks that are available for them. And for older people, there are specific activities organized by volunteers, and in this type of activities they come together uh, in special places in recreation centers, and they discuss about the daily news, which is very interesting for older people.
All right, that's a pretty good answer. Considering that you didn't know what recreation centers meant at the beginning, you gave me a very good answer for that, okay? And you used the not only for children, but also for older people. Sure, okay. Good. That was very good. So yeah, definitely a 7. Okay, a clear 7 for sure. I think with a bit more practice, you can definitely get into the 7.5 range, even the 8 range for your speaking. So keep your thoughts simple. Okay. Do not overcomplicate for the IELTS exam. So you said, well, as I observed, let's make that a present perfect. As I have observed, in recreation centers, there are lots of facilities, not only for children, but for older people as well. For children, they can enjoy the swimming pool or parks. And for older people, they can come together. And then here it started to get a little bit complicated, like volunteer activities, and I didn't really have a clear picture in my head. What could be an activity for older people at a recreation center? Keep it simple.
Actually, I made it up because nothing came to my mind for. I don't know how can there be a place for older people to have fun.
Well, they could
It's
participate in group exercise. Like, have you ever seen older people in a group doing Tai Chi or yoga together?
Maybe it's because not common in Turkey. In Turkey, older people enjoys visiting each other at their house. They don't usually spend their time outside. When I visited Europe, I realized that in there, older people are more active and they like visiting new places. But in Turkey, it's not the same.
Okay, good. Now you brought up another really good point, Naz. And again, this is for everybody listening. When you're in the IELTS and you're giving answers, think global. Don't just think national, think international. Okay, so don't limit yourself to thinking about your own culture only. And I think a lot of people these days, because of the internet, because of Hollywood movies, do have a lot of ideas, because of traveling, do have ideas of international culture, the global culture, let's say. And it's often much easier to come up with ideas and answers when you're thinking about the global culture. Your examiner is not necessarily Turkish and is not necessarily thinking about Turkey only. They will have more of a global perspective of what you're saying. Okay, so think about that global perspective. Do elderly people or older people in Turkey come together to play cards or board games like chess, for example?
No, they don't, as I observed.
All right, then you really have to think global. Okay, so if they only come together for a chit chat, then you might say,
Yes.
well, I mean, even then, so if I'm really quick on my feet and I'm thinking very quickly, I might say something like, and for older people, they can come together to participate in group conversations at the cafe or restaurant in the recreation center. Because many
Yes,
recreation centers have cafes and or restaurants. Okay.
Mhm.
So you can still, if you're very visual and very quick, you can still answer. But the easiest way is to think global. Okay. All right. So Naz, let's do a bit of repetition. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so here we go. I'm going to ask the question, say the answer, and then just copy me after, okay? So what are some common facilities available in recreation centers? Well, as I have observed, in recreation centers, there are lots of facilities, not only for children, but for older people as well. For children, they can enjoy swimming pools or the park, and for older people, they can come together to participate in group conversations at the cafe, or maybe play a game of cards in a common room. Okay, what are some common facilities available in recreation centers?
Well, as I have observed, in recreation centers, there are lots of facilities not only for children, but for older people as well. For children, they can enjoy the swimming pools or parks, And for older people, they can come together to participate in group conversation at the cafe or restaurant in the recreation center.
Very nice. Okay. That was good, right? So that's what you want to do. So don't overcomplicate. Keep your thoughts global. It's kind of relating back to what I mentioned to, I think it was Yulia as well, about these grand truths for humanity, health, technology. And I think a good extra point here is don't just think about, Turkish people, but just think about people in general around the world. Okay?
Okay.
All right, Naz, I hope that you become a fantastic corporate lawyer and one day you help my company to make millions of dollars with amazing contracts.
I hope, and I would like to say that it was very beneficial for me to have practice with you. So I wish I discovered you before I take the IELTS test for first time.
Well, you still have a little bit of time, and we will definitely have more live classes. So do come back, and I'll look for you in the chat, and then you can practice a little bit more, okay? Also, Naz, if you want, on the website, you can see the website here, you can book a full IELTS speaking interview with me by clicking on this yellow speaking interview practice button. And you said your exam is on the 29th?
No, I didn't say. I think it was the former speaker,
Oh, yeah,
but
it was,
I
yeah.
have to. But I have to take as soon as possible as well because the applications are about to closing in the end of this month.
Yeah, so the application deadline is coming up soon.
Yeah.
Sure. So what I recommend is before your test, as soon as you can, use the editing service and the speaking interview practice service on the website, and then you can really kind of identify where you need to improve so that you can get that extra half band score. Okay?
Thank you so much for your effort.
All right. You're very welcome, Naz. Have an awesome rest of your weekend.
You too. Goodbye.
Okay, bye-bye. All right, so that was Naz. Give Naz a, yeah, we've got lots of thumbs up, and Push Pendra's even got the clapping hand wash going on. Cass, very good. Nice. Thank you for the support, students, for each other. That's so very important. All right, everyone. So let's see. Let's take one more volunteer for today. Okay. Let's see, can we find another? Okay, Fitsum. I think we didn't have Fitsum, and Fitsum was so patient. Fitsum was here last class as well, didn't have a chance. So let me try to reach out to Fitsum. Are you ready? Okay. Fitsum was trying to volunteer with a question last class. I think Fitsum had a question. Maybe I can help with that question real quick this time. Let's see if Fitsum's still here. Okay. So Fitsum, if you're still around, if you've waited this long, now's your chance. Hopefully you hung in there to the end. And you are there. All right, Fitsum, let me reach out to you and hopefully we can get a good connection here.
Hello.
Hi, Fitsum.
Hello, Adrian. How are you doing?
I am doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. Fitsum, I believe you were also in the chat in the last class in the question and answer session that was for the members, right? I think.
Yes, that's right, sir.
And did you have a question?
Yes, that's right.
What is your question?
Yeah, okay. Actually, my question was, I'm a new student here.
Mm-hmm.
I just got registered on Thursday this week.
Mm-hmm.
So my question was basically like, what is your advice as a new student?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So as a new student to IELTS, you want to first figure out where you are in IELTS. Okay. So if you're on the website, and let me see if I can show you this here. Yeah. Okay. We've got a little bit of a delay, but on the website, if you're using the website, the third tab is the IELTS exam workbook and study plans. So here you actually have a 30-day and a 60-day study plan. So depending on when you're planning to do the IELTS, like if you're doing it next month, then choose the 30-day study plan. If you're planning to do the IELTS in 2 months, then choose the 60-day study plan. Download it and then follow the plan. If you have questions, send us an email or just click this contact us button at the top. And then ask. But the first step usually is just to do a practice exam in the time limit and then check your score, see how you did, and then focus on improving your areas of weakness. Okay?
All right. Okay. Got it.
That's what you want to do. All right. Good question. Now let me ask you a question from part 3, okay?
All right, sir.
All right. Okay, so I am going to hop back to our syllabus right here, and all right, here we go. So give me a nice full sentence answer, and just do your best. Try to include a correlative conjunction, and then we'll go from there. So here we go. Still talking about places for fun and recreation. So here we go. Is it the government's responsibility to build public recreation centers, or should they be privately owned, and why?
Okay, I believe it should be the responsibility of both sides. Especially the government is responsible for the public recreational centers, like those are on public areas, like outdoor gym, outdoor like park, gym, and stuff like that. And the privates are basically, as a business, they build such recreational centers like roller coaster, like swimming pool, and also yes, other recreational activities.
Okay, good. All right. So you have good ideas and you have good grammar. It's clear what you're saying. I think that would be a solid 6.5 to 7 for sure.
Can I add a few more?
Let me give you some feedback. I want to
Okay.
I want to tell you what you're doing well here. So your answer was, I believe it should be the responsibility of both sides, and I could tell your thinking here. So where you said both sides, that's where you could have actually used a correlative conjunction. So you could have said, I believe it should be the responsibility of not only the government, right? But also the private sector. Okay. So when you have two, then you can usually use one of these correlative conjunctions. So the government must be responsible for the public recreation centers like outdoor gyms and parks. Don't use words like stuff like that. It has zero value in speaking and it decreases the quality of speech. So like outdoor gyms and parks. And the private, basically as a business, they build roller coasters and swimming pools for everyone to enjoy. What's the difference between the government and the public? So the one big missing part from your answer was answering the why question. So what's the main difference between government recreation centers and privately owned centers? What are the differences?
Okay, as government needs to keep its people healthy, to maintain their physically and mentally in good status. That's the government responsibility, I believe.
Okay. Right. So the big difference, what you're actually telling me, is that the government maintains public health because government recreation centers are usually cheaper, they're more available, people can go to them in an easier way. So it puts less of a financial pressure on citizens, right? But if we have the money, if we want to spend more, then we can go for more exciting, more advanced, more luxurious types of recreation centers that are privately owned, right? So that would be the explanation. So in this way, the government can maintain public health without putting financial burden on citizens with cheaper facilities, while people also have the option of spending more money for big private amusement parks.
Okay.
Like Wild Wadi Water Park that we talked about in part 2. Okay. All right. So let me do a bit of repetition here. Okay. So let me ask the question one more time, give the answer, and then after I'm done, repeat the answer. Okay. So here we go. Is it the government's responsibility to build public recreation centers, or should they be privately owned? I believe it should be the responsibility of not only the government, but also the private sector. The government must be responsible for public recreation centers like outdoor gyms and parks. And the private, basically as a business, they build roller coasters and swimming pools for everyone to enjoy. In this way, the government can maintain public health without putting financial burden on citizens with cheaper facilities, while people also have the option of spending more money for big private amusement parks like Wild Wadi Water Park. Is it the government's responsibility to build public recreation centers, or should they be privately owned?
I believe it should be the responsibility for not only the government but also the private sector. The government must be responsible for the public recreation center like outdoor gyms and parks, and the private basically as a business that build roller coaster and a swimming pool for everyone to enjoy. In this way, the government can maintain public health without putting financial burden on the citizen with the cheaper facilities, while people also have the options of spending more money for being a private amusement parks like Wild Wadi Water Park.
Yeah, a bit of a tongue twister at the end there. Wild Wadi Water Park. Okay. All right. That was good. Okay. So that's what you want to do. So clear, direct answers, and always remember to indicate the reason for your answer. Okay. So think about why. So if you're going to tell me that, both the government and the private sector, then you should tell me why you think that both are important. Okay.
All right.
All right, Fitsum, thank you for joining. Thank you for becoming a part.
It's my first day, sir. I've been such nervous.
You did a great job.
That was a great experience.
That was a great first go at this. So no worries. Keep it up, and I'll see you in future classes. Okay, Fitsum?
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You too. Thanks. Bye. Okay, so that was Fitsum, and we are out of time, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you so much to all of our volunteers. We will have more speaking. Actually, we got lots of speaking coming up next week, starting on Wednesday here on the 15th. We will have 4 live speaking classes in our next week's roster. So make sure to come back and join us. Again, everybody, visit us at aehelp.com for academic IELTS and gieltshelp.com for general IELTS. Use our premium IELTS course. It's worth it. One-time payment. Doesn't cost a lot. So hopefully you'll all become our members, and then we can give you lots of help. I'm Adrian. I'm signing out from beautiful Victoria here on the west coast of Canada. Much love to all of you. Bye for now.